Early numbers are in, and James Gunn's Superman may be falling short of Zack Snyder's Man of Steel at the box office, and that's without even adjusting for ticket price inflation. The new Superman drew $22.5 million in preview grosses, which included $2.8 million from Amazon early screenings on Tuesday and $19.7 million from the traditional Thursday showings. Now, since Man of Steel came out in 2013, when previews weren't as much of a thing as they are today, we don't really have an apples to apples comparison on this front, but for what it's worth, Man of Steel did $12.1 million in its Thursday previews, which started at 7 p.m. The new Superman's previews started at 2 p.m., so at least twice as many showtimes for the new Superman versus Man of Steel, yet not twice the box office. And now Deadline is reporting that Superman is on track to do $32.5 million on Friday. That 55 number you see in their headline includes the preview grosses, but the Friday is really 32.5. Man of Steel did $44 million on its first Friday. Although, to be fair, $9 million of that came from midnight screenings. But even if you take those out, it's still higher than Superman. And again, all of this before adjusting for ticket price inflation. So, where's the new Superman's opening weekend heading at this juncture? Well, with a $32.5 million Friday, that suggests roughly $94 million for the weekend proper, and a $116 plus million total when you include the preview grosses. But I must note, it is still early. This is the opening day when I'm recording this after all, so of course there could be mistakes being made, it could be underestimated, maybe it comes in higher than 32.5. Just saying that based on 32.5, that's suggesting roughly mid-90s for the opening weekend. For comparison, Man of Steel did $116.6 million for the weekend proper, again back in 2013. And its total, including previews, was $128.7 million through that first Sunday. And the disparity only grows when you adjust for ticket price inflation. Man of Steel had the equivalent of over $180 million today, beating the new Superman by over 50%. So Superman could defy historical norms as the weekend progresses, but it still won't be enough to top Man of Steel. And not only that, it will come in lower than the Batman from 2022, which had a $134 million total through its first Sunday. Now back to the preview grosses. This chart compares Superman's Thursday previews to some similar movies of recent vintage. I threw Thor: Love and Thunder and Spider-Man: Homecoming into the mix because they opened on the same weekend in July as Superman. Spidey is particularly apropos since it was also a reboot of an A-list superhero. And by the way, the numbers on the right side are the opening weekends of these movies to give an indication of what previews mean for the weekend. The most recent comp, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, which is also James Gunn's previous movie, had a first Friday of $30.6 million, or not that far off from where Gunn's Superman is estimated. By Sunday, Guardians 3 had $118.4 million in total, so it may be a close call as to whether Superman can even beat that. But at least Superman can claim the biggest Thursday previews of 2025 so far. It's $19.7 million beat out Lilo and Stitch's $14.5 for that title. Now, remember, preview grosses can be misleading. Kids' movies like Lilo and Stitch and a Minecraft movie tend to have lower previews than superhero movies like Captain America: Brave New World and Thunderbolts. As you can see on this chart, Minecraft had the biggest opening weekend of the year, yet only the fifth biggest Thursday previews. Anyway, so I'll wrap this report up by also noting that Superman had smaller Thursday previews than Barbie from July 2023. Barbie did 22.3 versus Soup's 19.7. And Superman even fell short of Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, which did $27.7 million in Thursday previews back in 2016. Both Barbie and Batman v Superman had far bigger Fridays as well. So the new Superman will have to leg out considerably to live up to the pressure of being the kickoff to the new DC universe. Stay tuned to Box Office Revival to find out if Superman can pass muster. This has been Brandon Gray, creator of Box Office Mojo. Thank you for watching.